For more on all this, I want to bring in White House columnist Niall Stanage from The Hill. Niall, thanks so much for being with us this morning. We always love to have you. So the president tweeted this morning about the national economy, the stock market, jobs. I want to ask, why does he ever tweet about anything else?
Well, it's a good point. I mean, obviously, if you were wanting to really defend the Trump presidency, the economy is the big asset that he has. It's also a key reason why he was elected in the first place. I mean, some of these crucial states he won, it was all about building employment, bringing jobs back to the manufacturing sector. It's a lot more effective a message for him than various other topics we could mention.
Well, and not only the economy, but to highlight the stock market, to highlight unemployment, to highlight wages, which are sort of on the increase after being stagnant for so long. Do you get the sense that he's sort of distracting from his own policy agenda with the comments he made this week about other countries, whether true or not, with tweets he puts out about everybody from author Michael Wolff to news anchors?
There are definitely a lot of Republicans in this town who would very much agree with the premise of that question. They see it as constant controversies that do distract, that they have to sort of answer for things on a constant basis because the president has stoked up controversy again. That is a problem for people who are more used to a much more focused, much more deliberative approach from a president. So
distracting from his own policy agenda, some might even go so far as to say shooting himself in the foot. Take a listen to this soundbite from Speaker Paul Ryan in Wisconsin.
You're trying to broker a deal, right? And
yeah. So
how do you do that with this?
So we just have to get it done.
Talking about the president's comments this week on FISA during the lead up to the vote on the Hill, and then also, on the comments he allegedly made during this meeting with lawmakers using a vulgar term. Mm-hmm. So it seems like even Speaker Ryan is saying we're forging ahead. We're trying not to let the president, get in our way. It's a little unusual.
Oh, it's massively unusual, particularly since Congress has an absolutely full plate of things that it needs to get to. There's a very intense congressional agenda. People need to get things done pretty fast, and every day that you spend on a different topic becomes a problem or an obstacle to accomplishing those goals.
Well, and it also sounds like you create unnecessary obstacles when you speak out on issues that aren't necessarily appropriate for the president to be commenting on. I want to pull up for you what John McCain had to say earlier this week. He said, people have come to this country from everywhere, and people from everywhere have made America great. Our immigration policy should reflect that truth, and our elected officials, including our president, should respect it. Those are some fairly scathing words from a senior lawmaker who's been working on not just immigration, but national security issues for decades. What do you make of that?
I think that it is part of a firstly, genuine objection to what the president is supposed to have said, but I also think it's a point that many Republicans believe the Republican Party has to be welcoming to an ever more diverse America. And I think they feel that comments like the ones that were attributed to President Trump cut against that in a very serious way. They see it speaking to his base, yes, but his base is a minority of the country. And so they don't think that that is a winning strategy over the medium or long term. And I also think they do have sincere objections to it as well.
And we've also not just got to worry about the base. So the president doesn't only have to worry about his own base facing midterms in 2018. Part of his role and responsibility now is to help usher Republicans across that goal line. So certainly not helping there, right?
No, absolutely not. And one of the interesting things, I think, in the past couple of days was seeing lawmakers from competitive districts really being to the fore of criticizing the president. Someone like Congressman Curbelo in Florida, who has a very competitive re-election race in a district that Hillary Clinton carried, was really pretty scathing. I think we're seeing those Republicans really trying to create some distance between themselves and the president on this kind of topic.
Well, hopefully they will get to the other side of this. Republicans will be able to put it behind them and move forward. Niall Stanage, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks, Gillian.